They told me since I was going by myself I'd get 10 minutes, but I told them they'd be lucky to keep me up here for 2. So it's great to be here with you today. I look forward to every Sunday because it's a time of refreshing where I get to come and worship a risen Savior and fellowship with my church family. My name is Nathan Clark, and I am humbled by the opportunity to stand before you as a deacon candidate. My family has been here almost 16 years. This church is like an extended family to me, and I am blessed to be a part of the mission God has called us to. I am the PK here, and no, not all preachers' kids are trouble. I've been very lucky to grow up in a godly family that serves the Lord. I've been married to my wife, Kelly, for 3 years. I've learned so much about the love of Christ through my marriage, and I strive each day to love my wife as Christ loves the church. I was a very shy kid. I know that's hard for those that know me well to believe, but I could always be found hiding behind my mom's dress on Sunday mornings. Some of my earliest memories are of deacons trying to get me to come out of my shell, even though at the time I was under the impression they found pleasure in picking on me. I remember taking a picture with my dad and the deacons at our previous church, and someone referring to me as a future deacon. That always stuck with me, and I often wondered if I ever get the opportunity. Deacons have always been a part of my life, and I believe they have played a crucial part in my upbringing. Going to church never had to be a forced issue with me. My parents thought it was important to let me just be a normal kid and come to Christ in my own timing. As long as I can remember, I have been sensitive to the Lord's calling in my life. When I was 10, I knew something was missing. That missing part was Jesus. I accepted Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I've been learning to follow Him ever since. Although I've had bumps along the way, I feel like I'm on the path I'm intended to be on. Luke 9:23 says, "If anyone wants to come with me, he must deny himself, take up his cross daily, and follow me." My desire is that my life would be about denying self in order to carry out the mission that God has set before His people. I am so thankful that I have parents that pointed me to Jesus each day. We would start every day with a prayer before going off to school. I could also find my dad on his knees in prayer every morning. My mom has always been a wonderful care provider, meal cooker, and advice giver. These few examples of the godly parents I have only begins to explain how blessed I am. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Teach your children to choose the right path, and when they are older, they will remain upon it." I remain on this path today because of the example my parents lived out in front of me each day. There are many experiences that I consider spiritual markers in my life. One that sticks out in my mind is my first year of college. I thought I could use the same lazy study habits I acquired in high school and apply them to college. I quickly found out that you had to study more than the night before a test. After my first year at ULM, I had lost all scholarships. It felt as if I had hit rock bottom. After a long and serious talk with Greg Clark, I picked myself up and I started in another direction. I look back at that experience and I realized that God had His hand in that situation the whole time. He used my first year in college to shape me into the man I am today. I also view my job as a spiritual marker. I ended up with a job that my degree did not really prepare me for, and I was unsure how successful I could be in an unfamiliar field. Now, 4 years later, I am blessed beyond belief to be where I am. I view each day as an opportunity to minister to my coworkers. God puts each of us exactly where we were meant to be, and it is our job to treat our workplaces as mission fields. Becoming a deacon is a very special thing for me. A deacon is a servant. Christ set me free, not to do as I please, but rather to serve. As a deacon, I will have the opportunity to serve my church, and I would consider it an honor and a privilege to do so. It is also special as the son of your pastor to have the opportunity to serve alongside my dad, who I have witnessed my whole life serve God's people wholeheartedly. If given this opportunity, my prayer is that I'll always have a burning desire to love the Lord my God with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to also love my neighbor as myself. Thank you.